I started reading a lot more about it. And the fact that I was coaching a lot of girls at the point in time, I read up a lot about how to coach girls. But a lot of the coaching material at the point in time were not catered towards climbing. They were catered towards gymnasts. There was not a lot of studies or research on training young girls, especially on how to train them correctly, what you can do, what you can't do, and things like that. And I'm a guy, my goodness, like what do I know? so, so I was very concerned whether can I be implementing certain strategies that are so-called known to coach climbers or even for physical trainings on young people itself. And what later on I learned some 10 years ago, it was quite disturbing that a lot of the um, things that we learned or been told about exercising were mainly research on adult males. And if there are mainly research on adult males, that means we can't even implement it on adult females. What more so on younger females?
On
Uh,
adolescents, right? Yeah.
that's right, yeah. So it got me really even more concerned at the point in time when I realized that fact. And like, oh my goodness, we've been doing everything wrong. Well, maybe we're not doing everything wrong. We were doing certain things that might cause harm to these young people. And then that grew more in my interest in wanting to know more how to train these young people correctly. And then I came to Sydney about 9 years ago,
Was
and
it? Has
I
it been 9 years?
yes, so long ago, right? Yeah,
Goodness. Oh, you look
yeah,
the
that's
same.
right.
Okay, okay, never mind.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
yes. That's a
I
compliment.
so
That
that's right. Yes,
me as the
yeah. So I
compliment. Okay.
yeah. So I came to Sydney and like I mean, look at all these girls that I trained, right? People like Lynette, remember Lynette Cole, things like that. She's like so old right now. She's coaching herself. Um, um, and I came here to Sydney 9 years ago, and I got so sick and tired of training girls. Like, no, I don't want to train girls anymore. Whiny little thing, you know. All right, fine. I'm not being sexist here. So second, I'm gonna start training guys. All right, so I started training boys, and a lot of these boys that I trained at the point in time were only 12 years old to about 15 years old. Again, I faced the same problem. Not knowing how to train them correctly in terms of like strength training and things like that. But thankfully, at the point in time, I was very heavily influenced by what Philip Lim taught me at the point in time. I was very, very heavily centered towards technique climbing. I mean, technique in terms of putting more emphasis on skill and techniques rather than strength and power, which which is not exactly right to a certain degree, because we kind of need a balance in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, but thankfully at the point in time, I was focusing a lot of technique and skill with these younger climbers, and naturally they got stronger anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and without the need to pound them with hard physical strength training, and because of that they didn't really injure themselves or have any long-term injuries so much so that right now most of them that I've coached in the past are now climbing like 8A plus 8B and just constantly going up, and they're still
They're big
keeping like
boys
B.
now.
Yeah, that's right, they're big boys, yeah. And they're like now climbing B13s, B14s, and